Sunlit here, and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you how I edit my GFX. I personally use Photoshop, but this tutorial will overall work on any other photo editor as long as it has the ability to change with filters and stuff. But the first thing that I'm going to do is press open, and I'm going to open the GFX that I made. Okay, so once I have it open, I'm going to go to filter and camera raw filter. So this will allow me to adjust the temperature, exposure, shadows, texture. So as long as the photo editor that you use has at least some of these settings, it will work. But if you just use a pre-made filter, that will work too. But personally, I like to up the exposure a little bit, just to make it a bit brighter, as well as the temperature, so that it's just more orange rather than a cooler tone, which would be bluish. Then I also bring shadows up quite a bit because it overall brightens everything and makes everything more of a pastel color. Now, I don't think that I need to add anything else because I don't want this to be over edited, so I'm just going to select OK, and already it made a very big difference. So the next thing that I'm going to do is use a few overlays that I have. I will have a link in the description for all of the overlays that I like to use. So the first thing that I like doing, and I don't do this to all my GFXs, but I think that it adds a little bit to it, I use one of these sun rays, and I resize that and just put it in the middle. This should be here, but if it isn't, go to window and then select layers. But the next thing that I like doing is just bringing the opacity down to very small amount. I normally do in between 10 and 15%, just because that way you can barely see it, but it's still a little noticeable if you look hard enough. But I also like using, I actually just made this personally myself, but it's just a sparkle overlay that I use sometimes, and I just bring the opacity down a tiny bit for that so that it's not overwhelming. And it also just depends on where they're placed. Now, in a lot of my more recent GFXs, you'll see that I have a border, and what I do for that, for any rectangular GFXs, it already works. But if your GFX is square like mine, all you're going to do is you're going to resize it to just work to that and put it straight in the middle. And then you're going to go to filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur, and it should automatically be at a good setting, but you can adjust it to however you like. And then I copy it with Control-C, or if you're on a Mac, I'm pretty sure it's Command-C, and then Control-V and Control-T. Okay, Control-T to rotate it, and then just place it back. And then now I have the border. And the last thing that I normally do, just to add it, especially if I'm going to be posting it, is I like to add a watermark. So I just write Sunlit, and then I click over on the layer that it is. So see, now this layer, a text layer, Sunlit, if you double click that, you can change it all. There will be all of these. It should automatically have all these effects, and you can just play around with that until you find something you like. I already have a saved style, and it's what I use in all my thumbnails. There it is. I think that it just matches with my theme. And then if you press Control-T, you can resize it a little bit easier. And going up here to this, I don't know what it's called, but it will make you be able to kind of turn it out a little bit. But if you can't turn it out, then that's fine too, because it's really just to show people that you made it. So now here's my finished GFX. So I'm just going to go to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, and save it wherever I'd like. So here is the difference between the GFXs that I made. I think that you don't really need to edit it too much and it will look 10 times better. I really hope that this tutorial helped you out, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me.